What's good, everybody? It's RiderG tapping in. Today we got an alleged wood shotcaller, goes on no jumper, and basically, tells a story, man, on how he went to California prisons and took over. You feel me? Because of his size. He's 6'7", 290, straight beast. He said every yard he's been on, he took over. Is he Wes Watson 2.0? Man, we're going to check it out, man. We're going to give our opinion. Program time.
Always in black people business. Why are you always reporting on gang leaders of the black race? Why don't you go talk to a skinhead? Why don't you go talk to somebody who looks more like you? And as I've become deeper and deeper into the sort of like prison/criminal pipeline on YouTube, I came upon some videos titled Skinhead Gang Leader. And I was like, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Maybe things have changed, times have changed, bro. It's different now, but I know a real leader won't say he's a leader. He won't tell you, hey, I'm that guy, right? It's always the one that is not that guy that's gonna tell you, hey, I'm that guy, because they want that recognition. They want that attention. You know what I'm saying? They want that title. They want them flowers, you feel me? So I don't know, bro.
That's what I need in my life. I got to talk to somebody who's really walked the yard and represented for the woodpile that they lump me in on. Garrett, how you doing, man?
I'm doing, man. That's
a good intro.
introduction. I'm like, dang, keep going. I'm feeling that right now, man. I'm feeling that, dude. And and a lot of times I get that introduction of something like that, man. I'm gonna tell you, when you're 290 pounds and you're 6'7" and you're sitting there in a level 4, level 3, level 2, level prison, and I'm saying that everybody's just like, that's the guy.
Right.
What about a one? Shit, that's where you'll be the guy on the lower level. On the 4s and 3s, bro, they got steel. Bro, they ain't. Your size don't matter, bro. The bigger you are, the bigger it gets, and the more people they're gonna put on you, bro. Or they're gonna pick the biggest fools to get up on you. So it really don't matter about how big you are. So I don't know where all that. Oh, I'm big. I'm taking over. That's not how it works, bro. Maybe on the S and Y yard.
That's the guy, and I never had, like, I never really had a, like, I don't like the title, because titles are something that can be taken, and then so it was just like that. I was the biggest dude there, bigger than cops, bigger than COs, just humongous, man, and I think that you.
Well, I've seen some COs that were fucking huge too, like 6'8", 6'9", 7 feet. They got some big COs. They got big old inmates too. What we're talking about? They got ooses. I seen big of everybody. Mexicans, blacks, most of blacks. I seen big old white boys too, bigger than him. So I don't know. He was bigger than everybody. I guess shit.
Gave me a lot of leeway, and stuff, and plus I grew up in the system, and so it just sort of gave me, like, I got that experience of working. I was like the right hand of lots and lots and lots of guys, man. And,
because I'm very fascinated by the idea of you kind of showing up on the yard and just kind of being like, all right, I'm running this shit. At least, like, for our guys, I'm in charge here. Like, when I heard you say,
if you're plugged in. But you're not just gonna walk on the yard and you be just because of your size, or you're just gonna take over. No active yard, no. So that's cap.
and I was super fascinated just by having that kind of like aura about you.
Yeah.
And it is fascinating too. Like, I remember when I interviewed Big U, who's like the founder of Rolling 60 Crips. He basically, like, I realized at a certain point through talking to him that he was like the dude in the streets, particularly in an era where being a big was like a huge. It was kind of like before everybody started shooting each other. He was like the one who was just knocking at the roller rink and shit. So, like,
that's old boy's happy to be 6'7". You can tell he's just blessed. You feel me? Blessed to be huge. Bigger than ever, but bigger than life, huh?
That kind of led to him having this role that he still realistically kind of occupies today, where his voice has a ton of presence. A lot of people listen to everything like that, and it's like in certain worlds, just being the biggest is really going to kind of lend you to that
People
role.
listen to you.
Yeah.
People look. They respect you. They look at you. You know, they it could be like
Yeah, like I said, it's a non-active yard. I don't care how big you are, bro. Yeah, they might be a little intimidated, but they're gonna get some big steel for you. So I don't know. You're not punking people on the 4 and 3s, no matter how big you are, bro. Or 2s, maybe not even 1s, dog. Or maybe a 1s. Yeah, or PC yards for sure.
a whole bunch of guys running around and they're all going, you know, and the problems coming up, and like they're going to look at the big guy, and you know, because he's a threat. I don't know. I don't know why, you know, but
They're gonna look for the people depending on the situation. You know what I'm saying? If it's a riot, it's a riot. All right, everyone's going. If they need to get rid of someone, they're gonna look for the people who owe favors, the fucking drug addicts, the people who volunteer, the torpedoes. And if they don't got none of those three, if they filter out those three, then they'll go pick another fools, dog. But they're not just gonna go for you for your size, dog. They're gonna go with other fools. And then it depends on the situation, dog. They might need your size in certain situations, but not in all the situations, dog. They're not gonna call you because you're big.
I took all those keys and all those titles and all that stuff, and I ran with it every time inside there, man.
But so, okay, take me back to like you being a younger man who didn't necessarily.
It kind of sounds like Wes Watson, bro. That's what I'm getting out of it. Everywhere you went, you were just that guy because of your size. It sounds familiar, fool.
Necessarily have this like confidence or ego that you kind of built up over the years. Like, was there a time period that you remember where that stands out to you before you kind of inherited
I remember being I was young. I addicted to the streets. I was out there on the streets. I was you know, of all that way we grow up, and we grew up on the other side of the tracks. And I remember being at a house with my older homeboys. I got, you know, and like they just gave me that big brother vibe, that dad vibe, because I didn't have that going on. I mean, but like I remember sitting there at that house that one day, and I remember hearing that knock on the door, and he's like, shh, you know, everybody like on point. You're like, what's going on? You know, like, you know, guns, you know, everybody's just like so cool, so much respect going on, man. And this guy comes in blasted, you know, just, you know, slingshot tattoos, just you know, just like I think he might even have like one of those old like trench coats from the old Western days, you know, with the slingshot on, you know, and everybody's just gave this dude nothing but respect, dude. Just that respect. And you're sitting there like, and like, you know, he introduces himself. He says hi. He's polite. He's nice. He's like, you know, just like the coolest guy, man.
Them be the ones usually that be running the show. The coolest, calmest, most respectful, most vicious people. Not the loudest, biggest one in the room, right? So yeah.
And I remember as they went inside the room, because I was just that little kid. I was out there on that beat up old stinky ass sofa in the goddamn living room, and I remember like, damn, I wanna, you know, I like that persona, like that's what captured my eye, man, and then that was the, you know,
because there's so many times where like it's hard for grown people and women to like necessarily relate to the mentality of a young dude who really ain't shit and is looking for an identity, who's faced with seeing somebody who has a lot of respect as a result of them being willing to do crazy shit. And it's like a lot of times I feel like people don't get that, and I'll catch myself. I'll be watching some of these like gang documentaries, and I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around like, how is this kid 17 and he's like driven over to his neighborhood opposition area and, you know, shot 8 people over the course of the last year or two. Like, that's
Yeah, there's people younger than that. 12 years old, 11 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old. Like 17's a little later, but I know people younger than that. You know what I'm saying? So do you see where the mentality is at, bro? Like it's more than they could think, they could fathom, right? It's more the street, the hood is deeper than Adam could even fathom. Right? It's deeper than what you're told. Bro, there's like I said, there's 11, 12-year-olds doing that. Putting in work.
hard for me to wrap my head around. But when I really think about like what my brain chemistry was like when I was 16, it's actually not that hard for me to wrap my head around how I could have, if I had been surrounded by different influences, had been willing to get into some shit like that.
Yeah, I was very influenced by it. I just think it was more or less how I brought up, and I really didn't have like that male alpha figure. And then all of a sudden, like one came along, and not only that is like he was like, because I was taller, and this alpha he came in and he was more my size, so I was just attracted to that man, and it's just one of those things of being out there on the streets and you're going through all that stuff. You're addicted to that, I was just a big dude, man. I'm just a big ass guy.
So that
Yeah, see, he's infatuated with his size, dog. I'm saying, so there it is, bro. He said every yard he's been on, he ran because he's 6'7", 290, probably 300, and he ran them all, bro. He took over the keys, took over the titles for the white boys. That's what he says, bro. Everyone's scared of him. Uh, yeah, he ran the fours and threes. He went on the 4 yards and handled business. 6'7", like I said, bro. I think it's Wes Watson 2.0, man. My opinion. I call cap on a lot of things, y'all. That's my opinion, bro. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know, bro. Was it cap, or you think you really walked up in California prison and started punking fools, taking titles because you're 6'7"? Nah, I call cap, bro. With that being said, we're gonna continue to get it, man. It's program time.